Hello, hello, hello. And it is another great pleasure for us to host you here for another party, another shenanigan on IELTS Face-Off. Now, what are we talking about today? How are we partying today? What's on the agenda?
Well, today is a Wednesday, and what a better way to spend our Wednesdays by talking about something that's all familiar to us, and that is Vietnamese pride.
That's right, and there's no better way to celebrate Vietnamese pride but through sports itself. So, speaking of sports, do you remember, as a Gen Y person, what was the sport that sort of emerged and became a massive hit back in our secondary high school lives?
Probably basketball and soccer.
The guy whom we are interviewing tonight, and so who may he be? Why don't we take a look at the video?
Wonderful.
Hi, my name is Justin Young. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Los Angeles, California, in the United States. I love playing basketball. I've been playing since I was about 10 years old, so that's about 16 years of basketball I've been playing. So what I like to share from this episode is how I started my career in Vietnam as a basketball player. How I made my career in Vietnam, coming back to Vietnam from the United States. So hopefully see you guys here at the studio.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's welcome Justin Young. Hey, matey. How you doing, buddy?
Good, I'm doing good.
Right, please take the center seat. Oh no, what I feared most has already happened.
He smells good.
Yeah, well, wow. I also feel extremely emasculated because of his height as well. I've prided myself on being the tallest person on this show for quite a while, and he's taken my spot. So, all right. Let's start with how you ended up here.
My first time back, it was in 2016. I got a text message actually from my ex-assistant college coach, basketball coach. He hit me up and said, asked me, you want to go for a tryout? I'm like, what kind of tryout is this? And he said, it's a professional league starting out in Vietnam, so I'm assuming you have Vietnamese heritage. I'm like, yeah. So he told me about the tryout, the location. It was near my school, and I gave it a try. It was a 2-day event. I went there, impressed the coaches out there, and then I got an offer to play in Vietnam for one of the one of the 5 teams that was created in VBA. And then that year, I left for Vietnam to play basketball. Crazy thing was, I left everything behind from back home. I had a choice between going back to school. This is 2015. I graduated from college, my undergrad degree. So that year, I made a choice between going back to school for my, I guess it was my doctorate degree, or play basketball professionally. And ever since I was young, I wanted to play some sort of professional basketball. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was thinking about the NBA, but as I got older, I knew that wasn't an achievable dream. So this was the next step in my career. So I took the leap of faith. I went to Vietnam, not knowing any Vietnamese, not knowing what to expect. And ever since then, I haven't regretted my decision once. My parents have also started to grow on what my decision was, because back then they were really against it. They wanted me to go back to school, get a stable job, and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't regret it one bit.
For all the Vietnamese audience that are not so familiar with college basketball, now college basketball is a big thing in the United States. So tell us a little bit about that and how that led you to, being really super serious about basketball.
Sure. So the college basketball scene in the U.S. There's many divisions. There's NCAA, there's NAIA, two totally different programs. I was lucky enough to join a Division III school, which is a small division. Out of high school, I didn't think I can play college ball until a recruiter started recruiting me to play at his school. So I gave it a shot. I did my best, worked out really hard to get to where I was back then. Got a chance to play 4 years in college. So every year since I've been in college playing basketball, that routine of going to practice, having games, knowing my own responsibilities, gave me the feeling of, wow, maybe this is a possible thing I can do as my career. After college, possibly. Who knows? I can be playing, anywhere in the world, I guess. Vietnam being one of the many few countries that started their own league that year. So I was fortunate enough for that to happen. And so the college 4 years I was there really paved my future in terms of being a professional and how to become a professional and playing the sport I love and doing it as my job, which is really fortunate for me.
What a decision, what a choice you had to make back then, between a doctorate and a professional basketball career. Now, what do you think was the factor that sort of tipped you towards basketball? What prompted you to choose basketball?
That's a good question. Hopefully my mom doesn't see this or my parents don't see this, but just looking at people, my friends who are older than me or friends who had jobs already, I didn't want that 9-to-5 job that everyone was doing. Going to work early in the morning, sitting in traffic. I'm from LA, so there's always traffic everywhere. Sitting in traffic, doing 8 hours of work, driving back in traffic, getting home at 6 p.m. and doing it all over again every single day. I just thought that would, totally kill me mentally and also physically because the field that I was going to go into was helping patients get better physically. Because I want to become a physical therapist, so anything to do with like movement and stuff. So that would drain me physically as well as mentally. So I just told myself, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another option in my life that I can do to be happy and also make money as well. So that was probably the main factor why I chose to play basketball out here rather than to stay home and get another degree and working.
You guys did really, really well in the last SEA Games.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you for that. It was such an experience to have.
And I'm so grateful to you guys because basketball in Vietnam has gone such a long way compared to what it was maybe 10, 15 years ago, right? We would never think we would be playing on an international stage, right? 10, 15 years ago in Vietnam. So super thankful to you guys for making it happen. Now tell us a little bit about some of the people that you play with and how you guys interact, how you guys communicate. What's the camaraderie like in your team?
So this past SEA Games, we pretty much was a mix of VQs and the local guys, 7 guys, and we're all from the States, so everyone speaks English. So that camaraderie was built by playing against each other all those years in the VBA and knowing each other and knowing how each of us play. So it was built just by playing against each other, and then when we stepped on the court as teammates, it's that much easier because we speak English, we know how to play basketball. So it was a lot of fun, the most fun I probably had in recent years playing basketball, and then it just. With the type of local players we had on that team, it just fit. Everything would just fit well together. No one had any kind of certain ego with one another. It was just a great team to be on. If you were there at practice or even during the games, it was a lot of fun. We had our ups and downs, but everyone stuck together. So it just made a very team-like atmosphere, and that's why we were able to accomplish what we accomplished.
When you decided to come back, you said your family was very much against it in the beginning. Can you walk us through that? What did they say? What were their opinions? And how did they try to stop you?
Let's see. So when I got the message and I told them about possibility of me going to Vietnam to play, they immediately asked me like, is this a long-term thing, or is this just like a thing where you're just gonna come and play and then come back home and study? So at first they were really worried about me coming here, playing, and having fun and losing sight of my future and not being focused on going back to school. So they pretty much every month they would call me and be like, yeah, when are you coming home? Are you gonna come back and do school? So all that stuff played a part. That was the main thing, actually, me coming back to school. And then they just pretty much told me, you can do this, but I want you to come back home and come back to school. So that's pretty much their way of saying, go ahead, do what you want to do. But and I feel like in the back of my head, I always had that feeling where they don't want me to go because it's risky, and they just don't want me partying out here and losing my mind, I guess. So they tried stopping me, but in the end it's my life. Like, I want to lead what I want to lead, and so I told him, look, I actually at first I didn't even tell him that I had a spot in my grad school. I left that out. I didn't even tell him. I just told him I wanted to go do this and try it out because it's a new opportunity. So when my parents still don't know to this day, which is crazy to me. I probably will tell them eventually when I get older.
Or they can watch the show.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was tough for them at first, but when I got here and I started doing my thing and started to show them that there's an opportunity out here for me, not just to play basketball, but to do other stuff such as business or even just promote myself. They started to become more comfortable with it.
So how has that decision of yours paid off so far? Have they been to a game that you've played before?
Yeah, actually, that first year in 2016, they came to a game. They were out traveling to see family back here in Vietnam. So they came out to watch a game, and it was very exciting for me to see them watch me play. They haven't done that since college days. So it was exciting and thrilling for me to watch me play, I guess. Yeah.
It's interesting to me because as Vietnamese people, because we're both Vietnamese. I mean, you're probably Australian as well, but I'm pure Vietnamese. And so as a Vietnamese person looking from an outsider's perspective, looking at you guys, I'm super proud because I'm like, yes, like us Vietnamese are kicking it, we're doing it, right? Yeah. But as a person who is American like you, now that you're back in Vietnam playing for a Vietnamese team, you're ethnically Vietnamese, but you're not raised culturally Vietnamese, right? So how has the experience playing sports in Vietnam changed how you view your Vietnamese culture or heritage or country?
Well, first of all, basketball in Vietnam was pretty much nothing when I came here. I was actually shocked to even see fans at the basketball games. It was funny. A funny story was first game I played, the fans didn't know how to clap, how to cheer for the team, so they would cheer every time anyone made a basket. So that was a new experience for me. It was funny to see, but as time grew on, this is going to be the 5th year in the VBA now, and basketball has become pretty much one of the most watched sports in Vietnam outside of football. So to be a part of that is amazing to see. But for me to see just Vietnam grow as a sports community, it was huge. And I think it was us coming back to Vietnam and showing what us showing the fans what we can do as Vietnamese Americans. I think that was huge in being part of this whole rise in the basketball community. So it's grown on me. You know, the fans are really loving, are really caring. They really have passion for the sport. With fire in their eyes when they watch. When we lose games, fans cry. When we win games, they also cry because tears of joy. So just the passion in when they watch this, the game is just turns me into more of a Vietnamese pride, I guess I'd say. So it's more of the fans than anything, and the players just evolving as time goes on.
From what you've described, I think it sounds super exciting. We can't wait, until the day where the IELTS Face-Off show can actually go interview your whole team right after a basketball game when you guys are super pumped and sweaty and you guys just finished a game. I think that would be amazing, right?
Yeah, that's actually probably the best time to interview us because no filters. There's nothing.
We're waiting for that invitation.
We just speak our truth.
Yeah. What I'm very, very curious about is, you train so much athletically as an athlete. Are there still other things in your life that you are working on a personal level? What does your growth journey look like?
Outside of basketball, well, I'm trying to build a career out of myself, out of my brand, because there's only so much basketball I can play. Hopefully I can play for another 5-6 years, but you never know. Injuries can happen. Body can tell you no, stop playing. Anything can happen. So I'm starting to build what I can right now. So when I retire, I have something to lean back on. But sports has given me everything in my life, especially here in Vietnam. I was a nobody when I came here, and now I have a few fans coming up to me on the streets saying, "Oh, I know who you are." They want to take pictures and stuff, and that's very humbling for me. I would never experience this anywhere else. So it's given me a lot to think about, and also it's given me a lot to just embrace as I live here in Vietnam. I tend to, I hope to stay here as long as I can, just see what happens. But you never know with life here in Vietnam.
To help all the people that don't know much about the sport, and to all the older generation of Vietnamese people out there, I have a couple of quick questions for you,
Sure.
and you should answer them quickly.
All right.
All right. So it's a series of questions, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do it fast.
All right.
Fire away.
All right. You need to be tall to be to play basketball. True or false?
False.
What's the minimum height that you need to be to play basketball?
There is no minimum height.
No minimum height.
No minimum height.
You need to start very young.
That is yes, that is ideal.
How young is young?
So whenever you can pick up a basketball.
Best Vietnamese food for basketball?
Best Vietnamese food? Tom tam. I don't know. Rice.
Favorite teammate?
Favorite teammate? Oh, I don't know if I can answer that one. All my teammates would kill me if I answer one. All of them. Everyone I've played with, they're all my favorite teammates.
Is it hard to be an Asian playing basketball?
Yes, especially in the U.S. It's definitely a hurdle that you have to jump across, being Asian.
Every teammate has had to convince their family in one way or another to let them play basketball.
Probably, yeah. I'd say so. Yeah.
Athletes in Vietnam, sometimes Vietnamese people say it's either doing sports or doing academics. Can you do both?
Yes, I'm a proven, I've done that student athlete life during my college years. So yes, that's definitely doable for all the parents out there. Yes, it's doable. So please have your kids join sport.
All right, so now that both Phoebe and I have had our shot at gracing this awesome guy with questions about his career as well as his passion for the sport, it is now the turn of the audience members as well. So let's open the house to the audience. Does anyone have a question for this handsome gentleman right here?
Hi, Justin. I have a question for you. As a basketball player, you have a great height. So does the fact that you have a great height hinder you from the short girl, like Vietnamese girl? And which one you prefer, Vietnamese girls or Western girls? Yeah.
I knew girls would come into the equation at some point.
I think all of our
in this
athlete guests have
discussion.
been asked questions about women.
To answer your question, I like Asian girls. I like all girls. Doesn't matter how small you are. I care more about the personality of the woman more than the height or physical appearances. So as long as you have a good personality and you're caring, then I'm in. Yeah.
I'm glad that they're all very open to answering girl types of questions. Well, I think we do have a challenge for him, and I think we should also get him to promise us to invite our show to one of the games so that we can
Free
film like
tickets.
this wonderful big event that is IELTS Face-Off.
I think that's definitely doable. In this year's VBA season, I think it's definitely doable. So I'll talk to my managers.
Sounds good. All right. Well, before we go on to the big game, let's go to the small but interesting challenge. IELTS Face-Off Challenge coming right up next.
So, hello everyone, my name is Moon, sophomore from Foreign Trade University. I was participating in a beauty pageant in my university, and although I didn't win at all, but I'm really happy that at least I do something that is unforgettable for my university life. And also, I have an opportunity to share with everyone that I know about one of my hobbies, which is rapping in English. Like, I have been a big fan of Eminem. During that competition, I show my rapping skill, and pretty happy. Everyone was quite overwhelming, and yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys.
Welcome back to the IELTS Face-Off Challenge, and we have an athlete today. We also have a host today, a host and a broadcaster today, both very competitive people. This is going to be a fun game. The rule of the game is, this is the 5-second challenge, which means I'm going to give you guys each a topic, and then each of you guys will have maximum 5 seconds to answer to that topic, or just to mention whatever ideas that come to mind, okay? So it's really simple.
This is the one challenge I was not born to do.
All right, so you guys will take turn. Who wants to go first?
He's taller, so he goes first.
Host can go first.
Okay, hosts will go first, and then Justin.
Damn.
All right, 3 best presents.
Lego, football shirt.
Time's up. Justin, 3 worst presents.
A T-shirt that doesn't fit you, a hat that you don't like, and
I hate this.
it's fast. 5 seconds is fast.
Michael Liu, sportswear that you love.
Oh, Manchester United kits, football shorts, gym wear, all things, yeah.
Justin, 3 famous bald people that you love.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, yeah, that's the only
Just
one.
basketballs?
Kobe Bryant.
Time's up. Michael, 3 things you dip in ketchup.
Spring rolls, believe it or not. Disgusting, I know. And chips and stuff, yeah.
Justin, things you do while no one is looking.
Undressing, showering, and this is weird.
Do you want to come up with more questions?
Sure, go
I've
ahead.
just warmed up now. No?
2 more questions. I ran out of questions already, but you can ask.
Oh, okay.
Go.
I'm slow too. I haven't thought about it. You
Okay,
put it on
time's
the
up.
spot, damn it.
All right, good game.
Actually, I find this extremely unfair. I kind of want to sort of like turn the table and put the questions back on you as well. Can we turn around?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
You still count it?
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Do you have a set of questions in mind?
A few now.
Okay, because I'm fast,
All right, cool.
but maybe not within 5 seconds.
Okay. 5 questions? Well, 6, considering the
Go.
two of you. Okay, cool. Phoebe, favorite movies to watch?
Sherlock Holmes, Messiah, and
It's hard. I'm telling you.
Okay, Justin, worst movies to take your girlfriend to?
Saw.
Three things you love about men.
love about men, the fact that they're men, they're strong, they are nice.
Okay, that's pretty much all the ones I've got.
All right, well, great game. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe when we finally get to the basketball game, we can do this in a big way. And I think it's going to be even more fun.
Okay, thanks Justin for such an insightful talk. And I've got to admit that I could relate to a lot of the stuff that you were talking about. Meaning there are also many other overseas Vietnamese out there, or Vietnamese of many nationalities out there who aspire to take the same journey, embark on the same journey that you've taken. Now, is there a message you would like to give them? Any hints, any sort of advice you have for them?
My main advice to all the viewers out there is just to find something you love to do, and then do it with the passion. Because if you can't do what you love, then I mean, what does it all mean, right? So find something that you'd like to do, whether it's a sport or a job that you like or interested in, and then just do it. Give it 100%, and then all the rewards that come to you will be very fulfilling. And also stay in school. So, for all the kids out there, please stay in school and do well in your studies.
I think those are some great advice. Thanks for that.
Yep, thank you. That's what I lead by. That's what my motto is ever since I was young. So,
I think that's great. To see you guys coming back to the country and contributing in your own ways to the development of this country, I think is wonderful. I myself love living in Vietnam. I would not live anywhere else. At least this is what I feel at the moment in time.
That's right. What's not to love about Vietnam? And that's wrapped up our journey for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. And Việt Nam vô địch.
Vô địch!
Welcome to the backstage area with me again. I hope you're not getting bored of my face. So I'm right here with Justin Young. Let's check how he is today. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
You are like a rising star in the basketball field in Vietnam. You also look very tall, very handsome. Are you a ladies' man?
Some would say I am. Some others wouldn't say I am. It just depends on who you ask, I guess. Me personally, I guess I can say I am a ladies' man. So yeah.
So what is your ideal girlfriend?
Well, my ideal girlfriend would be someone who's caring, who has a good personality. For me personally, personality is number one. So someone who just cares about what they do, what I do, and just be positive, I guess. Be positive with whatever they do. Be optimistic with whatever outcome comes out in their life, and just stick with it, persistent.
Such a good man. Never judge the book by the cover. So yeah, that is Justin Young for us. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. And guys, make sure to stay tuned and for exclusive content on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Bye.